So, welcome to my review of the of two underwater housings for the GoPro Hero. The first one is the Oculus, which is the one I've been using with the channel that you've seen all the main videos that I've been taking recently. Now, this is a third-party development company that produces this particular housing, this plastic flat lens to prevent blurring. This is the one I've had for about 3 or 4 months, and it's worked really well. Now, one of the problems is that you do in fact get slight vignetting, and you can see the screws when you're filming around the edge here. What I've just acquired is the GoPro Official flat lens housing, which looks exactly the same. Obviously the housing's just exactly the same, but it's got already installed a built-in flat lens cover attached to it. So here's GoPro's box. It's their Official Dive housing, and I haven't actually used it yet, so all the videos that are on my channel are have actually been made with this housing. So I'm looking forward to seeing the results using this. Now, I got this from Portland from a dive shop online, and it came for £49. So I think it's a really good deal, and should be excellent when diving in the cove or in the sea. Now, when I put my 960, because that's the only one I've got, in this new housing, like so, and it just comes with a simple clamp mechanism that everybody's familiar with. Now, if we look carefully, you can see that the lens of the camera slightly protrudes inside this air space that allows for crystal clear video underwater. One of the downsides is that when I switch it on, you can't quite see the LCD display. It's partially covered, so I think it's important really that you know what setting it's on. I can just see that it's in video mode, so it's enough to just check it, but this is partially hidden by this square housing here, whereas in the Oculus obviously it's much easier to see, because when we pop it in here, when we pop it in this one, obviously there's no problem viewing this LCD display here and accessing the various menus. But if you're going to use the other one, well, I suggest that you set this to whatever setting you want before you place it in the housing, and ensure that it's in video mode, which is probably what you want to use it for anyway. Now, notice with the GoPro housing as such, there doesn't appear to be any method of putting the silica gel balls or little crystals that sometimes fit inside this housing itself. You're going to have to rely on the little strips that you can buy as an extra that slide down the side of the camera. I mean, these housings have got just no room really for placing very big silica gel. You've got the tiniest space here and the tiniest space down here. Now, I've not needed it in the UK, I don't get any problem with misting, but maybe in the warmer climates such as Malta or Egypt, I'm going to need to buy those silica gel pads specially designed for the HD Hero. Looking at this, it's really nicely built, it's really crystal clear, and it does come with a lens cover that you can just clip in place like that to protect the glass. So that's really quite nice. Whether I would bother taking this underwater, I'm not sure. You do get a little tiny fitting just there to attach the thin string that you get so that you don't lose it. But I don't think personally I would take that with me on a dive. So Oculus for 20 quid, or the official GoPro for 49. It's great to have a second case, and I'm looking forward to really using this underwater. What it means for all these third-party development companies, I'm not sure. Now later in the year I plan on going to Cyprus, so the blue waters ideally are going to require an orange filter. Now this is pretty large. This is from an Icolite housing, and what I'm going to do is actually remove this from the rubber. Just quickly comes off, and all it is really is a piece of plastic, and I'm going to cut this square to fit this square shape, and then I'm going to try and cut this rubber housing, cut it across here and refit it top and bottom so that it kind of clips onto the housing, onto this space here, sort of somehow make it a tight fit so that I can take it off and replace it as I wish, because when you surface you don't want the orange tinge to all the video.